will be emailed or texted to the user. It's safe as no credit card is needed. The first 30 days are free and you can subscribe and receive a box for your TV to stream the same content.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high-quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
Welcome to the home of Cure Oxygen Spring Water. A breathtaking 1,000 feet above sea level, where the elements collide. In an area of outstanding natural beauty. This land, our land, embodies nature, and our methods respect it. We use clean energy, solar, hydro, wind, to bring you the cleanest water. Every drop, sustainably sourced from pristine Cornish farmland. From the raw beauty of rainfall to our state-of-the-art bottling facility, situated on an ancient underground lake. We're reminded of the timeless power of pure water. But it doesn't stop here. The secret of Cure lies in the pure oxygen we so carefully infuse. To breathe life into every bottle of Cure water, without chemicals or additives. Cure pushes the boundaries of what water can do, uniting life's most essential ingredients: water and oxygen. The next generation of hydration. Cure Oxygen, nature's ultimate water.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to Breaking Barriers here on IBN Channel 8. I'm coming to you live from the studios of IBN, which is located number 61 Bamboo Main Road, Bamboo number 2. And of course, this program comes to you from 8 p.m. until about 9 p.m. and sometimes we stretch it till 9:15, 9:20, 9:30, sometimes 9:35, 9:40, 9:45, and if there is cricket, I take a day off. So it's indeed a pleasure being in your company. Of course, not so much of a pleasure when you're listening to some of these COVID, all the COVID stats that are coming out, but we'll deal with those things and more as we go along. Of course, let's welcome our first sponsor, our good friends, Tile Expression. And of course, remember, Tile Expression is where you can get all your tiles. Javed are coming across their breads. I need to get a nice set of tiles for a house that I'm doing right now. We need to organize some counter tires. So I'll pass and check you there tomorrow as usual. And for folks who asking how come it is I get treated special, everybody at Tile Expression has got treated special. Everybody. It's just I just get treated a little extra special. That's because Tile Expression and I close. We're not family. We're very close friends. That at the end of the day, these people have done so much for communities. In fact, if I go to mention what these people have done for almost every fundraiser that we have had and every cause that we have had, they've always been at the forefront. So congratulations to them, and may God continue to bless them and may they prosper. All right, and let me just say a special hello to Mommy and Daddy Tile Expression, and of course, my good friend Shali, who is sitting down right now watching the television and twisting her face like normal. All right, so let's get started, guys. Let's rock and roll. Let me know when you all have that slide ready. All right. Let me just, I know that the Four Roads Masjid is doing some renovations, and what happened is that they're on their final leg to completion. So those of you who have some extra funds and would like to send it in their direction, just contact Rahili Adams, please, the treasurer, and do what is important. Remember, this is Sadaqatul Jariyah, so therefore it would benefit a good cause. Of course, you can call them on 680-6568. And we have to wish somebody a happy birthday. Yes, Sophia Caliph, happy 75th birthday, right? Very nice, 75? She ain't looking like 75 at all. I don't think she's 75. She looks more like about 74 and a half or 74 and a quarter. Anyway, Sophie, to you, all the best to you and your darling 2 children, and of course the husband. All the best to you on your birthday from all of us here at Breaking Barriers, and of course the entire team. Attorney at law, Sophia Caliph, quite capable woman at that one. By the way, she's not even close to 75. She's probably in her 20s, late 20s. She's probably smiling from ear to ear all now. All right, let's go again. Let's start the ball rolling. Tomorrow night, your Prime Minister will be giving an address to the nation. The Prime Minister decided that he would have done it tonight, but he was advised that Breaking Barriers on tonight and nobody would be looking. But the Prime Minister does not realize that even when he comes on air tomorrow night, still nobody would be looking. So really and truly, whether he chooses tonight or he chooses tomorrow night, or he even chooses a day when there is no electricity in Trinidad and Tobago people has put their television to rest when the Prime Minister comes on. And I should tell you, every program that I do on a Wednesday night, now going to the Telecom Authority, people reporting it. Every single program, there has not been a program every week that the Telecom Authority is not asking for a copy for. And I congratulate them because so far they have not found any breaches because they know me. And let me make it clear from the onset. You will hear people talking about medical issues. You will hear people talking about experiences that they have. I am not a doctor. I've never claimed to be I'm not a doctor. I'm the furthest thing from a doctor. The people who call in are their own personal experiences, and nothing is wrong with them stating the facts. And of course, if they lie, then they will be responsible for their lies, right? So at the end of the day, I distance myself from any medical advice or pretending to be a doctor. I've never done that, and I never will. Right, so talk on there. Let's go to the other slide, guys. Right. This is Trinidad and Tobago. Barrackpore. This is the roads that we have. This is the roads that we have. What this road now, man? If a truck could stick in that hole, what's going to happen with them Barrackpore people and their car? Look at that. You're not even seeing the tire. And they're lucky because if that truck, I don't know if that truck had load, because if that truck loaded and everything on one side, that could have caused that truck to capsize. And it would have caused some serious damage. Thank God for that. And talking about capsize, let me just say, I understand, the family of a loved one, they lost their father, they lost their brother, they lost their son. And that's the same person I'm talking about, a tragic accident that took place in Tobago, where a cement truck actually ran off the road and he was actually pinned. And no one wants to lose a loved one in any circumstance, whether it be COVID, whether it be an accident, freak or otherwise. So condolences to the family from all of us here at Breaking Barriers. Let's go again, guys. Tell me how in Trinidad and Tobago a man could go down the road with this and people not see a problem. You know what is the worst part about this? What is the worst part is this man carrying thing. If a breeze pick up between one of those sheets and him, that slackening that rope, and you know what happening, that whole thing causing problem. This could actually kill somebody on the highway. And this is how careless some people are. The driver of TDZ, get that number back again, put that number plate big on the screen for me. I wanted to occupy the whole screen, so people could see how foolish this person is. TDZ 1384. Use some common sense, please, next time, because that is a height of dotishness. Thank you, guys. All right, so let's go again. And, of course, like I said, this segment brought you courtesy Tile Expression. You know, this is off Bukal Road there. And farmers, that road that you're seeing there, right, that road that you're seeing there, farmers actually use that road to access their property off Bukal Road there and Warren. And this, you know, I feel one day, Zaki, you know what we got to do by one day? Two of us will have to go there and through the garbage. You know, they just put a little bill lining and they forget this and that thing to identify them. And you identify who it is, you go home by them, and you take the garbage, and you see when they're sleeping in the night, dump it back in the yard. Because this is not just normal nastiness, you know. This is a level of stinkness that Trinidadians, I don't know what is the problem. The other day, passing on the highway with my wife, and this man actually facing the oncoming traffic with the Chocoloco outside. He actually facing, you know, we driving, and he turning back by the trunk, you know. He facing the traffic and peeing. You know, I hear what happening there is only because they open up these bars and have the drunk people on the road now, you know. Right? I really don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know, that man, I don't know, what am the sick in here or something? I understand here what's happening. There are people who have various sicknesses and diseases, and some people have complications, and you know, when here what's happening, when you want to go, you want to go. Partner, nobody is saying you can't pull aside by the road, but oh gosh, go behind a tree or something, go in the river, go and do something, go in the bush. You understand? But don't stand up on the people highway. You understand? Making everybody think you're a Chinese. Right? Right. I'll leave that right here, Patos. Let's go again. $60 million election bribe. PNM Tobago Council leader Tracy Davidson Celestin has outlined a $60 million waterfront revitalization plan for Scarborough. All of a sudden, this is the start. Wait, we are done. The project set to begin in January after election. How convenient after the election. It can't start at the beginning of December. It could not have started in November. It could not have started in October, because this is what you're using to bribe people. While Tobagonians suffer right now with some of the highest prices in the islands, while Tobagonians have a problem with employment, while Tobagonians right now, things going crazy over COVID, all you're studying to go and bribe. But you know what? Trinidad have to have some of the biggest quanks in the whole Caribbean. We're going to build and spend $60 million on our waterfront in the middle of COVID. For who to come? For Kobo to come and circle? These people and them have to be capital dotish. You can't be normal dotish to want to do something like that. Whoever is the brainchild behind that, and we know who, the whole PNM group is in charge of that dotishness. How are you going to do that now? But then again, you don't question PNM people when they're doing things, because you know that is the mentality that they have. They do what they want to do, whenever they want to do, and the hell was with you. If you have a problem, hard luck. Let's go again. But wait now, we've gone from $60 million to $50 million bribe now. But where the hell? $50 million election bribe. This is part 2. $50 million fund for tourism accommodations and displaced tourism workers. $50 million. And in Trinidad and Tobago, a country where the people in Barapa walking like dog, they can't get a road fix and truck sticking. And we tolerate this dotishness. We sit down and we relax and we laugh. We don't have a problem with that. keep telling all your parents, all your setting all your children up, right? To be part of a failed country, you know. Let's go again, guys. But where the hell? I thought I just passed through that. Look at next thing again. Tobago hoteliers get 50 million for upgrades. And if all you feel that wasn't, pull back the one with the 50 million. This is this year. They're getting this year. They just announced this about a month now. And this other one now, let us pull the data on that, please. Zoom to the top. April 29, 2020. So last year they get 50 million, and this year they're going to get 50 million. So that is $100 million. Hoteliers and this one and that one getting. And all you're telling me that I must stay quiet. Tobago people, all your Doladium red people ride all your back, you know. They have ridden all your backs for too long. Tobago could overtake Barbados with tourism. It's just all you need somebody to run the country proper. No set of old crook, no set of old thief, no set of people to go and give all this zipline that disappear. All you need to think and make a change. And if all you ain't like it, go back, do all you had to do, keep changing. But do not go back with the same thing again to come and suffer again. All right, so let's go to the other slide. All you know this fella? Most people in Trinidad and Tobago would know this gentleman. A very respected journalist. A man whom I have the greatest of respect for because his articles have always been, you know, it has given you a lot to think about. And in fact, he's someone who, you know, he rarely takes sides. And if he does take sides, it's for the right reason. I just want to run you through what he's saying here. I never imagined myself as the kind of person who would migrate. There is something truly special about this place. All of my professional pursuits were done with a view to building a life here. That goal seems less practical every single day. And this is a journalist saying this about Trinidad and Tobago. While all the other journalists studying to get a little kakada and a little bribe, many of them, this one talking from the heart. Let's go again. If Trinidad and Tobago continues along this trajectory, and all the evidence suggests it will, I won't have any choice but to leave. With what I do now, I can live anywhere, but it will be sad to leave my homeland. Politicians are avatars of the avarice, incompetence, and ill will in many of us. They are a huge part of our problem, but they are merely programmed by our apathy that tolerates wrongdoing from one political party, but not another, because of our tribal fealty. All you remember that? You know the normal thing, if we see PNM doing something and they thief, the first thing we'll jump up and say, NUNC used to do it. Yeah. NUNC thief too. And that is how we operate in this country, to see who is the bigger thief. Let's go back to that again, guys. I'm not worried that we cannot change. I'm worried that not enough of us want to change. Beautifully said. I am going to speak a truth many don't want to hear. This country is a mediocrity. We embrace averageness across businesses, state agencies, and governance. And this is the reality of what we are facing. And imagine now you have journalists saying that, but most of us sit down, like I say, and we're comfortable with the position that we're in. We are becoming a failed state real fast, and we are not concerned. The main thing is we could go in a bar, suck a rum bottle, get on stupid, fall off the chair, land, and we are dead, and half all they don't care. All I care about is the beach opening back up. But when the beach go open back up, when I could go by my family and drink a little daru, that is the concern. I mean, we really need to get our priorities correct. Let me just welcome Neil Schultz to this segment. And again, just a reminder that Neil Schultz is the largest supplier of aftermarket and genuine parts for Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Jaguar, Volvo, Audi, Maserati, Porsche, you name it. They could get any part for you that they do not have in stock, and of course they could expedite it. The number is on the screen. Give them a call. You could get genuine and aftermarket too as well. All right, and they have over 20 years experience in this field. All right, so let's go to the other slide, guys. Oh, all of you laughing now. All of you laughing. Well, let me start it off because I was one of the first persons that spoke about this. The Trinidad and Tobago Non-Communicable Diseases Alliance is urging Principal Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Miriam Abdul Richards, to reconsider taking up the post as a director on the board of Angostura. Right? The Alliance President, Karen Seeley, says being on the board of a company that promotes the sale and consumption of alcohol, which has adverse effects on physical and mental health, cannot be reconciled with Abdul Richards' role as a health official. And this is what I'm saying, woman, if you cannot see that something wrong, something is definitely wrong. That is as clear as day. Anybody could see that. The layman like myself could see that. That is definitely a conflict of interest. I mean, that is like saying, you know, to my imam boy here, what happening here, brothers? Imam, again, a little thing for you in the National Carnival Commission. I remember when the UNC had put Jamal on the, ask him to take a position on the National Carnival Commission, and he had to remind him he's a Muslim and he can't participate in that. So at the end of the day, the people who are on these boards and them, it is only for one reason, and that is for the extra kakada. And Dr. Richards, I have the greatest of respect for you. I consider you a professional. I don't know how much of what you say is the truth, but that is between you and God. And with such a blessed name like Miriam and Abdul, I don't know what religion you are, and I do not care. But I need to ask you a question. Are you related a party to the Max Richards? I'm asking, you know, something is telling me that Dr. Miriam, I don't know, I'm asking if you are related to Max Richards. And Max Richards' whole family was well-known supporters of the PNM and still are. So the reality of it is that when you look at this whole scenario, one has to ask the question, how come this lady end up on this state board, that state board, and now our next state board? Isn't it fact that other people need to eat and live too as well? Isn't it that we have qualified people to go on state boards too as well? Why it is one person has been on 10 state boards, 9 state boards, 8 state boards? Why? Why is it necessary to do that? But you see, then again, I want to say the reason because you and I know what is behind it. But let's go again, guys. Right? She said, while she has no doubt that Abdul Richards is competent to serve in a position at AHL, she suggested that as a health official, Abdul Richards should not be associated with a product as damaging as alcohol. Abdul Richards is also a member of the board of the National Insurance Property Development, NIBDEC, and the Eastern Health Authority. So this is the third board that she's on. Third board. Let's go again, guys. Globally, and this is global statistics, alcohol consumption is estimated to cause more than 10% of the burden of non-communicable diseases, including cirrhosis of the liver, pancreatitis, cancers, oral and pharynx, larynx, esophagus, trachea, you name it, bronchiole, all that today, but I just mentioning it now, just to show our past biology, right? Liver, colorectal, hemorrhagic stroke, and hypertension, plus it could give you a diaphragm too. You understand? So the reality of it is that when you see that this thing called alcohol could do all this damage, how the hell you could go on a state board with a product that does this? All you see how Ravi B does behave? All you see how Ravi B does behave? Come now, man. So the reality of it is that when you look at the damaging effects, and why do you think Alcoholics Anonymous are wrong? You think them are wrong for style? How many people do they counsel? How many lines have been set up to take calls and to assist people? But not only that, how about the financial burden? People getting paid and then going in the bar, running out all their money and going home, beating their wife, because spousal abuse is also part and parcel of alcoholism. Nobody can tell me that. Ask the police how many reports they have gotten from wives who have been beaten from drunk husbands. But yet it is you as a doctor, a learned doctor, a qualified doctor, a doctor whom I have the greatest of respect for. You go on and join in this board. Oh God, come now, man, have a little shame. Have a little shame at least. Get out of that. It makes no sense. Right? That is like a setup. It's like they set you up there now. Just to see if you're going to take it. For everybody to lambast you. Right? Anyway, let me just welcome Bill Talas, Hardware and Roof Manufacturing Limited. And when they say roof manufacturing, they're not kidding. Eh? You see things like purlin and things. I remember about 3 years ago, I bought some purlin. And when you're stretching the purlin out, the purlin bending like if it's macaroni that you buy. The purlin itself so thin. And purlin and the rafters, the beams are the structures of your roof. You know, people are not using wood roof anymore. So wherever you're buying your beams, make sure it's the correct gauge. The galvanized, make sure it's the correct gauge. And your purlin matches your galvanized sheets. And this is the type of advice you will get from Bill Talas. Huh? When you go there, they just don't sell you a product. They give you the advice that you need. If you're building a roof, if you're building a house, they will try to guide you along as well. So remember, give them a call. They are located right there, like I said, off Freeport there, just before Pastor Coffee, Midway there, Medway, the warehouse here on the left-hand side. You can't miss it. Tell them you heard it right here on Breaking Barriers. 355-7704. If you're doing some building, give them a call. All right, so let's go again, guys. Take a look at this. Which website is this on? The government of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Government of Trinidad and Tobago. Drug addiction and alcoholism are common problems in Trinidad and Tobago. The government has implemented a range of programs designed to prevent and treat drug and alcohol abuse. The Ministry of Health offers additional treatment at a number of facilities throughout the country. Dr. Richards, I could go on and on again. Right? But like I said before, you don't need this. You come from a reputable family. You come from a good family. You come from good stock. As I said before, I have the greatest of respect for you, I think. But in this case, the decision that you have made to be part of that, really and truly, I think that you have to rethink that position because honestly, it makes absolutely no bloody sense. None at all. Let's go to other slide, guys. Kamala says Abdul Richards favored by government. All them contractors, them young boys and them who put on road and all the road mashing up was favored by Kamala and her government. All them young boys and them men who never paved road in their life end up getting paving contracts. And the roads that they pave, it falling apart while you're paving it. So in every government, there are people who favor certain people. Whether we like it or not, when you have your campaign, these are the same people that come. Many people come and give you, financing and this and that to maintain your party and to upkeep your campaign. And these are the people you give back a little thing afterwards. That is international in the US all over. It is a well-known fact. So don't come now, Kamala, and make it look like them is the only one. They're damn well guilty, but the fact is that don't make it look like if you are innocent. Hard luck. Let's go again. This was something that really, really touched me to the core. This young girl should be given an award because I consider her a hero. Born without arms, right, Veera Bhajan? Born without arms. And this young girl has accomplished so much. She's now an attorney at law. She has not let that held her back. And when you look at what took place at a place that it considered a place that should serve justice and equality for people, it was the Not Equality Council. Because I want to just run through what the judge, and I would like to commend that judge. Pure hate and acting normal were the words of a popular hit of dancehall artist General Grant playing on repeat in the head of a High Court judge as she wrote her decision. Quinlan Williams also granted all the declarations sought, including that the failure by the tribunal and its chairman to give effect to her appointment was unlawful, contrary to law, in excess of their jurisdiction, abuse of power, in conflict with the Equal Opportunity Act. Imagine you are the chairman and you in conflict of the Equal Opportunities Act, in bad faith, null and void, and deprived her of her legitimate expectation. But what is even interesting is that Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj was on the side, I think, of the EOC, legal-wise. And that shocked me. That really shocked me. Quinlan Williams admitted it was a difficult judgment to write, not because of the facts and law. It was difficult to pen, she said. As she tried to quiet her mind, she kept hearing Grant's song, Pure Hate and You're Acting Normal. In some harsh words for actions of the tribunal actions, Quinlan Williams said what was most disturbing was the communication to the president about the lay assessor, as if she was not a real person who existed and who was invisible. And this was the chairman of the Equal Opportunities Commission, you know. What was also off-putting was the chairman's mentioning the difficulties Bajan would allegedly face in case of emergencies to be lifted and carried out the building. And the judge had to remind them, the girl don't walk on she arms, you know, she does walk on she legs. And imagine that they use that as an excuse. And by the way, the Equal Opportunities, that building is supposed to have accessibility for everybody and anything in case of emergencies. So here happening, everybody should resign here now. That chairman should go immediately, resign forthwith, get out, scram, dust it, blaze the trail, because this judgment is enough for you to not get no position again. I'm serious. Look at that scathing, you know, man. Anyway, let's go on again, guys. Vera on motion against opposition, stand up against bullies and fight back. And I agree. I met this man once. It was a mediation. And honestly, I honestly have the greatest of respect for that man. Very, very humble, down-to-earth gentleman. And he made it clear his position is not to get anybody fired or move. At the end of the day, he just wants some semblance of decency. And I don't blame the man. We have been asking that from our Prime Minister since he took office, and unfortunately, we're not getting that either. All we are getting is bullying, thuggery, and you name it, insults. Let's go again, guys. Right. Matt, or as I just call him, Dog Matt. This is Ira Matu. She's now the president of MAT, the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Following allegedly defamatory statements made by a radio announcer and the government's demand for a copy of the program on 22nd of November, MAT wishes to issue the following statement. The Media Association recognizes that media as the fourth estate and a public accountability watchdog is mandated to ensure that the government is held accountable and the public's business is conducted transparently, blah, blah, blah. To protect these rights, we must remain vigilant both within and without our profession to ensure that we self-regulate to abide by the same high standards we expect of others. MAT wishes to remind our colleagues that ethical and professional journalism treats sources, subjects, colleagues, and the public as human beings deserving of respect. I want to ask a question. Where the hell Ira Matu was, right? Where the hell she was when Rowley tell me to kiss his K-Pax? I am a member of the media. I own a media house. And I'm a talk show host. Where the hell Ira Matu was? Where the hell was Matt when I got arrested 7 times? And I tell you that is the only thing Matt got for is like a dog Matt. You understand? Waste of time. Rubbish. Where the hell? Well, Ira Matu wasn't there before. But the thing is that where was she recently when the Prime Minister made a statement? So don't come now talking a bunch of gower and telling us that we should do this and that. Tell the bloody Prime Minister he must have respect first. I am always taught, you see if somebody give you respect, they deserve respect. I've always said, you don't, you know, you don't disrespect the office of the Prime Minister. But when you have a Prime Minister like the one sitting down there, the Wajan that we have, how the hell could you be respectful? How could you come out and say something decent and nice? It is not suitable for the person who is there. The man who sits there has no respect for anyone. So therefore, Ira Matu, hard luck, right? You and Dogmat, or like just blaze trail, I don't care, right? Because all are real convenient when it comes to statements. Let's go to the other slide, guys. You know, zoom into that. right? I want you to hide the top piece, right? Raise it up a little bit. If I were to look at these three words and choose one out of the two persons, which person would I choose? If I were to sit down and see these three words floating, and Gary Griffith is there, and the Prime Minister is there, who is more suited for those descriptions? Erratic, Keith Rowley. Irrational, Keith Rowley. Disrespectful, Keith Rowley, Keith Rowley, Keith Rowley. But let us zoom out again and let us see the top. But according to this, the PM lost confidence in the Commissioner of Police because he was erratic, irrational, and disrespectful. Do so ain't like so, boy. You understand? Look, pot calling the kettle black. You understand? You of all people in the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, you calling somebody irrational, erratic, arrogant, blah, blah, blah. Boy, give me a break. I am living proof that you have no control. None whatsoever, none. Right? You don't deserve to be called Prime Minister. And I say that with no apology. None whatsoever. You are uncouth. And I say that with my tongue between my teeth too. Uncouth. You understand? Let me just welcome RPM Express to this segment. And for those of you who have been living in Mars all the time and just arrived, this is the #1 courier company in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to speed. And because there's a huge amount of packages coming in, folks, there will be some minor delays, and everybody is experiencing it. RPM has to go through customs like everyone else. They have to go through all the legal processes. So therefore, at the end of the day, what they do have is a full complement of staff, which will take it along the way and try to move it as fast as possible. Not only that, they will give up their private time with their family, right? And their wives and their children, and they will do deliveries on Saturday just to make you happy. And this is RPM Express. If you have not joined up with them, call 2244-RPM and join up now. Let's go again, guys. Now look at this. White hole, you know, and watch we flag. Upside down. And an upside down wait now, and the flag looking like a bite up and into end. Look at the top of the flag. Well, the bottom of the flag. You think bite up and this is Trinidad. An upside down flag means a country in distress. But this is a true representation of this country under the present leadership. In fact, every flag should be upside down. Every flag. But not only that, I hear even the flag by the TTPS, by Fraud Squad, their flag was also upside down. So it looking like that was a plan. You know, this is where we reach. Where even when you talk about high office and the flag is being flown upside down, the message is being sent whether we like it or not. Let's go again, guys. Hey, take a look at this. And let me tell you something, Trinidad is quite capable of becoming this. North Korean sentenced to death by firing squad over having a copy of Squid Game. Most of you probably heard about Squid Game, a very popular series on Netflix, and it became one of the most popular, and in fact, originally Korean. I think so. I think it's Korean. But I think the other side of Korea, not Jim Jong, or whatever you call him. Right? Now, let's go back to that slide. Authority, now a North Korean man has been sentenced to death by firing squad after smuggling and selling copies of the hit show Squid Game. Authorities caught the man after 7 high school students were found to be watching the Netflix series, which has a global phenomenon. Imagine you have to face a firing squad, and that was say, you see what the Chinese are doing, right? And with the Muslims in concentration camps and thing. There will come a time when they will pay for all that, but this is madness. Imagine you can't even watch Netflix up there. This is the kind of mad thing we have. Don't be surprised it end up in Trinidad too, you know. Because under the present leadership we have, all you don't know what we might face. You could never tell. All right, so let's hit, which one are the regular videos, guys? Tell me regular videos, they tell me nothing. right? So give me the description of the video, and then I'm talking to my production team inside. Just give me the description. Hey, the one with Terrence and him, we can leave that for when we deal with COVID vids, because you know he does be our story by himself. All right? Oh yeah, let's in Barrapo, family having some real pressure with some idiots in the area. Take a look at this. These people just be burning copper, plastic, rubber, and all kind of nonsense, right? And I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand this. Take a look at this. Ready with the video? Lengua Village.
Look at these people here.
I mean,
Every
when the world could this
single
be?
day,
When the
the
world could
burning
this be legal? I mean, think
copper,
about
the
it.
burning plastic,
One like
the
me,
burning all the...
I reach across here with a hose and ice it. And I've always said, right? I've always said, and this is why, when my father decided to put up a fence, right? I left those posts in between me and my neighbor up to now to show where my property bound is. You understand? Because at the end of the day, if neighbors decide to play bad, I have pictures, videos, everything to show where our original property bound is. And with neighbors, I think sometimes at the end of the day, it's be good one day, and then the next day is problem. I have always said that when you see this kind of dotishness, I mean, these people don't care about nobody. Because if you have a child who's asthmatic, that thick black smoke, rubber, copper, all kind of thing, police need to go and see what it is them burning. Give back the address again, guys, and this is where. What was the address? You just had the address on the screen here. Right. St. Croix, right, it's in Lengua Village. I'll try to give back the address. All right, and let's go to the other, which other video we have again? Oh yeah, right, we could do, to down the, well, once you edit the cussing and thing, this allegedly happened in Bayshore. Take a look at this. What that looking like? That looking like a Hyundai or something, eh? A Hyundai or one of them Jaguar, them could be. Yeah. One or 3 or 4. Yeah, looking kind of Kia, very nice vehicles, but when you have to get parts, you're dead. Right, watch these characters, and I'm watching. One of them go in the vehicle. One will go in the vehicle. Watch, one will open the door, and he will go into the vehicle. Right, jump in the driver's seat, and watch. He pump bullet in him, you know. Yes, he pump bullet in him, you know. He pump some real bullet in him, and one of them bawling, "Oh God, please, 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 please!" But you making joke. Yeah, well, boy, you know, the amount of bullet he get it, that man let go a whole clip on them. And I always say, big goatee, small goatee, same bullet, Lego pressure on them. Right? So, how many times have I shown you this? Take a look at this. What purpose does this serve? And not only that, you will see me zoom in. Somebody actually thieved two of the traffic light. Watch. You see the wire hanging? Watch it there. One, watch the wire there, it cut, and watch the other one. Who the hell got thief a traffic light? But this was to tell you, these idiots and them put this thing up for no purpose. This what purpose? What the hell this really serving? Except for somebody to go and thief. Somebody probably have a traffic light in their bedroom laughing. And this is how stupid this country is. We have this dotish thing lighting up right through, serving no purpose. And leaving it there, no man thieving all the lights. But Rohan ain't gonna move it. Because allegedly it's Rohan family that put it up there. Right? We know the man when he was in the office. And I want to congratulate Pure, because in Trinidad and Tobago, Pure have some of the best engineers. You see, Pure engineers spent $30 million to put a road in front of Baraka Grounds. Around Baraka Grounds, and instead the traffic stopped going straight now, it's going around a circle. Not only that, take a look at the drain. Over $30 million was spent on this project, right? This road by Naslo Ramaya Road, this was one of the longest roads that they ever took to do. Now, what happened is that this is the drain that they did here. This is the drain that they did by Baraka Grounds here. the water not flowing. And as you could see, I want you to watch something here. Watch how many vehicles have crashed into this. No signage, nothing. Not only that, people will sometimes go up this side and go into the wrong side of the highway because there are no signage. Now, if you look here as well, there's a massive open hole on this side here. Now this is $30 million spent, yeah, but this is just the beginning. So again, this drain that they have here, this beautiful drain that Danny's Enterprises contracted out, this is the condition of this drain. Right? $30 million spent in this area with road infrastructure and a whole set of dotations. Now, that is what it is about. Now, let us go here now. Take a look at this. This is your money hard at work here. Millions of dollars hard at work. Now, I'll show you what happened here. A vehicle came straight down this road. They came straight down this road. Right now we're doing a little maintenance here. They came straight down this road and they crashed into the barriers here. Now when rain fall, we never used to get water at Baraka Grounds in Shogunas. But now it is flooding. So what we had to do, we had to put this piece of ply and tie it here now to actually act as a temporary gate. And watch the condition of this drain. We using this piece of ply to act as a gate, and watch how nice and well maintained this area is. Millions of dollars, $50 million going to Tobago to bribe everybody, at least those who are stupid enough to be taking bribe. And look at what is going on here. This is what we paying contractors for. This is the millions we giving contractors to go. Watch this. Take a look at this. Right? And this is the drain that was built by Danny's Enterprises and contracted out. This is what your millions spending for. And what is even more interesting is that this road had traffic, used to have traffic, and now the $30 million they spent, the traffic is further down the road now and around the roundabout. I tell you, all you feel is joke donkey we have leading this country. That ain't no joke, you know. And that's what I tell you, every 3-4 times a week there's traffic there. And not only that, that Endeavour roundabout, Patos, is the worst roundabout in the whole country, you know. And they don't have a traffic plan. I know Mayor Fike was trying to put something in place, and I believe that he should take over Ministry of Works because he has plans that is work, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to take a break now. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back right after this.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems, and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Canoopia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Viva Original. Viva Original is back. The taste you love and remember in strawberry and lime flavors. Viva naturally flavored sparkling water. Viva Original is back. Viva.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high-quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low-cost supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
IBN can be viewed on the go now with the Airlink TV app for Google devices. Simply go to the Google Play Store, search for the Airlink TV app, download the app, click on the link and fill out the form. The account activation will be emailed or texted to the user. It's safe as no credit card is needed. The first 30 days are free and you can subscribe and receive a box for your TV to stream the same content.
Watching something here for 10 seconds. All right, I'll run back to that. Someone sent me something there. I was just taking a look at it. Right, now, remember, this whole issue with the Petrotrin and the pensioners and their insurance, we are still looking into that. And as I said before, it is unfair how, what is taking place, that they want to dig out the pensioners' eyes now. Whatever little money they have now, they expect them to put back into an insurance, which is absolute madness. I mean, you can't go from X to Y just so. I mean, there has to be some semblance of sanity where these things is concerned. I mean, there are countries where things raised by a cent and the whole country just turn upside down. In Trinidad, tomorrow morning, if they sell a flour is $500 a pack, first thing Trinidadians going to say, boy, we're going to make less roti and bread, yes? And we're going to digest it. And that is how we are. Right, so let me just welcome Griffith Contractors to this segment. And for those of you who have not heard about them as yet, Griffith, they normally supply scaffolding for residential and for commercial use. For those of you who are doing construction, or for those of you who want to paint over your house, your building, or do some renovations around, give them a call, 368-2081. They will deliver anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, their rates are very reasonable. And of course, you heard it right here on Breaking Barriers. And that's the number there, 368-2081. That's 368-2081. And of course, they will come, set up, and take apart and move it, everything afterwards. And you just pay your bill and you're good to go. All right, so while I was on the break, someone contacted us about an article. And it's very interesting that this article, now, firstly, let me tell you something. What someone does in their private life is their private business. But because you are a public person, you are up for public scrutiny. And that is where, the fairness comes in. So I want you to take a look at this. This is a Newsday, right? Dr. Miriam Abdul-Richards, Renaissance woman, right? Renaissance woman. Sunday, the 24th of May, 2020. And there was something mentioned in the article about her as well. Could we zoom into that? Right, she's a medical superstar. She also collates information and represents reports for their references. And then further down, let's go again. She's an active member of the National Muslim Women's Organization. Given her time to mentor and support causes close to her heart, including women's empowerment, gender equality, and human rights. I cannot comment on the others because I may disagree. Right? I may disagree. Right? I may disagree with that. Right? So I'm not going to even bother to even comment on that. But my thing is this, with all due respect, madam, if you are on any woman's board or organization, how could you be on the Angostura board? Angostura don't make water. You understand? They just make fire water. And you know where is fire water? Old Oak. You understand? They just make things resembling water, but it is not water. They have VAT-19, and not only that, the very advertisements that Angostura have with woman on billboard and all their tututs hang out, and you going to be on that board? No, 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 no. Here what happening, Dr. Richards. Leave the National Women's Board if you are still there or if you're part of it, and do as you please, because I cannot prejudge you or tell you what decisions to make. But as a Muslim and a practicing Muslim for over 40 years, I could tell you what don't mix. Alcohol and Muslim don't mix. You understand? We don't mix at all. For example, no imam going down by the beach and drink a VAT-19 and come down and do prayer so the amount of quotas he go get in the tail. You understand? No imam going and play, they go and have a birthday lime and he drinking VAT-19 and then want to come and play holy book. Man is drop kick left, right and center. Because we do not have tolerance, not to say anybody preaching violence here. I'm just joking about that, by the way. But the reality of it is that we don't tolerate those sort of things. So, seeing that you are part and parcel of this group, with all due respect, may I humbly suggest you do the right thing. Leave that 5,000 or 6,000 here now. I ain't bringing you no fame. Oh God, don't go and get yourself involved in a snabby. How you could do that? You can't do that. Let's go again, guys. Yes, go ahead, guys.
But how are you, Mr. Jacob, confronting social media? Because, as you know, social media is really a platform for madness, right? What are you doing in terms of your response to all of these allegations that are coming out on social media? Some of them, of course, may have a kernel of truth. Others may just be blatantly false. What are you doing about that?
A lot of them are innuendos, you know. You take a little truth and you add to it. So some persons will believe that it's really true, and we have that problem. It's a tremendous task, because in some instances, Tony, you know, you even have to spend time to write reports, to respond to whether or not is the Police Service Commission, whether or not is to other entities in relation to different allegations being made. And we are totally frustrated because it takes so much of energy from us to constantly be responding to these things that are happening. And then they are not just doing it with the police service, they are even attacking individuals. As I mentioned in the station, I was attacked in relation to something that occurred in 1984 when I was an E999 officer in Cuba in 1984, where I had to be a state witness against a police officer who beats a man in my presence. You know, and they throw it up in a negative way, like if I did something wrong. There are several instances where I myself had to respond, as I said, to write reports and different things with allegations that are being made. And the question is why? Why persons are doing this? The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is a professional organization, and we have codes of conduct. And what is happening is something that we are not accustomed to. You're asking how we're responding? It is hurting the police officers, hurting them deeply and psychologically. In fact, about 2 of the officers who were attacked and the name was thrown up in social media with the photos are now out of the country. It's affecting them. It's affecting the family. And why are we doing that? Yes, we have different...
Wait, come. 2 of the officers whose names and photos and it was shown, they out of the country, it affect them so much. But when the blasted police arrest me 7 times illegally, I remain in the country and I take jamming. You understand? This man singing just like Stephen Williams Part 2. Exact duplicate. He doesn't sound authoritative. He doesn't have the charisma that it needs, really and truly. I don't know where we're going. I really don't know where we're going. Let's go again, guys.
Normally solve it.
Had enough, Let's go again. Let's go along. Right, so what we're going to do, let's get into the figures today. Right, we are looking at 11 deaths and 689 new cases. Could we go to the bottom, please? Right. That's now. Right. That's not. Wait. You see me? I real dotish. So what I gonna do? Just now hold on. Wait. You see me? I need explanation on this. So let me call somebody who is a smart fella. Right, just now. I'm calling a fella here who is a brilliant fella. Right? Just now, wait there. Right, just now. Let me bring that thing. Just now, wait. I'll tell you when. Right, let me call him. He's a brilliant fella. So I hope he answers his phone now. This is like he overseas. Man phone ain't answering at all. What the hell? Like, he going back to Rotary Dialogue? But what the jail? Wait. Let me call our next attorney. Just now, wait. Just now, hold on. I call in all the attorneys that I know here. This is my partner here. My real boy. This is pretty boy attorney. Right, here we go. All them fellas that I'm watching the show, I know not to answer their phone, you know. All of them, you know.
You have reached the
Nah, boy. Right, here we go. Attorney Richard Jagesa.
Hi, how are you? You called?
Yes, I am live on air on Breaking Barriers right now. I want to ask you a question because I need somebody intelligent to answer this question for me. Now, I'm putting up a slide on the screen, right? Now, I don't want to know if you're vaccinated, if you're unvaccinated. That is none of my business. But I want you to clarify something for me because I real dotish and I can't make sense out of this. So I need somebody like you who is a learned person, somebody who is well educated to explain this to me. Now, I want you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. The Ministry of Health is saying here that percentage of patients in the parallel healthcare system who are not fully vaccinated is 90%. Could you explain that to me, please? They are saying that percentage of patients in the parallel healthcare system who are not fully vaccinated is 90%. What does that mean?
Well, they're trying to imply, implicit in their statement there, they're trying to say that if you're not fully vaccinated, and they use the word fully there for a reason, you're not fully vaccinated, you're more likely to end up in the parallel healthcare system. In other words, you're more likely to need some degree of assistance from the public health sector.
But
we have to be careful. We have to be careful when the public healthcare sector makes a statement like that. What does fully vaccinated mean? Does it mean 2 shots? Does it mean 2 shots plus your third booster now? What does it mean?
But doesn't this imply that those who are within the 90% are partially vaccinated? Because
that's exactly the point I made. What does it mean when you say partially vaccinated versus fully vaccinated? Is it that I receive my 2 shots, my 6 weeks pass for some doses, for some vaccine brands, my 3 months pass for some brands, but because you now decide that there's a third booster shot, I am not fully vaccinated, you're always shifting the goalpost. So that's the point that you already hit the nail on the head, Sean.
Right, but what concerns me, and for me, isn't it clear that if I tell somebody that they are fully vaccinated, we are in the black there, we understand that, correct?
Right, yeah.
And if I say that somebody is unvaccinated, we are in the black there, correct?
Right, correct.
But if we keep shifting the goalposts, like you said, and all of a sudden now, because this concerns me, because when you say that 90% of the people in the healthcare system, the parallel healthcare system, are not fully vaccinated, to somebody as dotish as me, it could mean 1 shot they get, 2 shots, and they may not have had their booster shot. Is that correct, sir?
Exactly.
But
and they are not doing anything to clarify what they mean. They will have press conferences every other day. They will have parliamentary speeches and debates every week, and they are not doing anything to clarify what they mean when they say, no, today, on the 24th of November, what does it mean to be fully vaccinated?
But let me ask you a question. Isn't it fact, if the people who were in the healthcare system, the parallel healthcare system, were unvaccinated, isn't it fact that they would have put 90% of the people were unvaccinated? Is that correct?
Well, I can't say if it's a fact that they would have done that. What I can say is it's morally responsible to identify who is vaccinated and unvaccinated, who has never received a shot. That is a moral responsibility of any statistician that did the work. I'm not sure if they have that figure in front of them or if the public health minister even asked for that figure, but that is a responsibility that they have.
Well, let me tell you something. You see the way you're answering these questions? When we have a matter coming up, you better answer them questions the same way, Breds, like you normally do.
No problem, manager.
All the best to you and to mommy and the family. Take care, Richard. All the best. Take care. Bye. See, these fellas, and I'm brilliant young man, you know. This young man, I have the greatest of respect for him. A brilliant, brilliant young attorney. Of course, I have my old attorney too, Ravi Nanga, you know, aging, you know, with all the gray hair and thing. You know, I'm a boy. But one is that I can't call Ravi on this because it could be a conflict of interest because Ravi was on the NWRHA board and all them kind of things, you know. So I had to leave Ravi out of the Kankatang, you know, I just had to protect him now and then. I can't make the man get fired because of me. That happened 2 times already. All right, let me just welcome Mitsu Air Limited, the agents for Mitsubishi Air Conditioners. Just a reminder, inverter units, cost-effective, saving on electricity. They have the best backup service in the industry. And, of course, the best units. The only company that offers 10 years parts and labor. Those are the numbers on the screen. Give them a call. Let's go again, guys. Nurse Vanessa Solomon from the Diego Martin Health Center succumbed to the COVID-19 virus. We were told that she was vaccinated. Condolences to the family. I heard that she was a hero in the era. A hero to many patients. Let's go again, guys. Right. Let's go again. This gentleman, Ricardo Gulcharan, he's the Industrial Relations Officer at the PSA. He actually chained his hand, right? What he's standing up for is for the healthcare workers and for the nurses. And right now with the shift system, they're being overworked and taken advantage of. And, you know, this is what we want in Trinidad and Tobago. People who could stand up and make a symbolic gesture and stand up for those whose voices are not normally heard. Well done, Ricardo, my friend. Well done. Let's go again, guys. Right. Trinidad and Tobago Registered Nurses Association. Now, we didn't hear the minister talk about this, right? It is with overwhelming sadness we announce the passing of our colleagues, true comrades who have fought the good fight and gone on to glory. Raymond James, Vanessa Solomon, Josephine Seeley, Raymond Hackshaw, all these were registered nurses. All these were registered nurses. And then you had Shazad Mohammed too as well, right, from CREP. And watch what the Ministry of Health under Terence Yal Singh said. Minister of Health Terence Yal Singh could not confirm whether the individuals who passed away was from COVID-19 complications. All of a sudden now, you can't confirm. When we were reliably informed that all those persons listed there were vaccinated. That is what we were told. However, that there are unverified reports that they all tested positive for the contagion. Imagine, he ain't know, right? He ain't know what went on, but it have unverified reports. Acting CEO of the Northwest Regional Health Authority, Salisha Bak, said 4 employees from the St. Anne's Hospital died from varying medical conditions this month. Imagine, varying medical conditions. All of a sudden, when you take the vaccine and you pass away, you die from varying medical conditions. You die from cucamonga phobia and other things. You don't die from COVID. Let's go again, guys. TNT in third COVID wave. Watch where the third wave coming from, Maracas, right? This is the man who is in charge of our healthcare, right? This is the man who we are putting in charge of our well-being. Let's go again. 14 babies contract COVID. All of a sudden, you know where's the others? All of a sudden, remember they wanted to vaccinate teenagers and children. All of a sudden, you started to see the headlines change. 5 children in hospital, 6 in the children. Now, all of a sudden now, they want to vaccinate children, 5 to 11. The headlines started to change again. Let's take a look at this. Over the last 3 months, 14 babies under 1 year old contracted COVID, 11 of whom were younger than 3 months old. He said the babies were infected by their parents who were not vaccinated. Imagine that. He know that. He know that. Right? These toddlers are not going out to work. They are not going here. They are not going there. The virus is basically coming home and meeting them and sending them into the hospital. On examination, 50% of the parents are in fact COVID positive. And here, Mr. Foot in the Mouth goes on to say, and we don't have the hard number yet, but the vast majority of parents is what we have been explaining to the country is unvaccinated. He have no figures as yet. But yet it is he's saying that most of the parents are unvaccinated. Terence, as usual, you're talking rubbish. Let's go again, guys. They are saying, don't invite guests who are unvaccinated for Christmas. You know, this man, who does be in his supermarkets and in the market shopping and anyway, and is vaccinated and unvaccinated? All over the streets, wherever you go, in stores, there are people who are vaccinated and unvaccinated. And you come up with this daughter statement. Was your daughter at the wedding in Tobago, by the way? They are saying, was it? Remind us again, please. Remind us again, please. Just want to know for curiosity's sake. Let's return to that slide, guys. If you don't know and you want to invite your friends and family who may not be vaccinated, then I'm afraid you're going to have to wear masks indoors. So imagine you as a vaccinated person have to be afraid of somebody who's unvaccinated. How dotish does that sound? How stupid does that sound? And here he says what? If you could take your Christmas function outside into the porch. Now here what's happening when you breathe, right? Your air does remain right there. You don't go down the road and then, Caliph. The air you breathe does remain on your property because the neighbor put up a fence. And COVID don't cross borders or they don't go across people's fence because that is illegal. Partner, if you have COVID and you cough, that wind going to carry that airborne and tow that down the road and you don't know how much people that's going to affect. So that had to be the stupid statement of the century. Let's go again, guys. And, one of the things that he says, if you're inviting guests indoors in your home now for Christmas and you are unsure of their vaccination status, my advice to you is don't invite guests you don't know who are vaccinated. So in other words, this Minister of Health is discriminating. The Minister of Health demand that all your unvaccinated people vote for in St. Joseph. He's discriminating against you. And you know what that called for? That called for 2 videos with Terence Yalsing. Could we get those 2 videos, please? Mm-hmm.
2 things. I wear size 11 shoes. What's the importance of that, you may ask? I have a habit of putting my foot in my mouth. And
let us treat with this thing. The chances of Trinidad and Tobago having an explosion of cases of coronavirus are remote to possibly non-existent. If we do get it, it is going to be individual cases if we get it. This is worse than World War I, World War II, and 9/11 put together. And then each copy goes into another cell in your body, switches on the photocopy machine, and switches on and just prints copies. Wearing a mask by the average Trinidadian and Tobagonian is of absolutely no use. As you can see, we are leading by example from this morning in wearing masks. You could take an old t-shirt, you can make a mask. You could do like me, take an old t-shirt, rip it, and you have a face mask. There is no specific treatment, there is no cure, there is no vaccine for COVID-19. One of the drugs that we have to use, and you will know, is a drug called human globulin immune. Each patient that we have to put on that costs between $100,000 to $200,000 per patient. The best place for them to be, if you don't have the disease, is in China. The best place for them to be is in China. The best place for them to be is in China. It is now for you, members of the public, like the government, to make your own sensible decisions as you go forward. First sensible decision, ignore social media. Social media is causing more damage than coronavirus at this point in time. We have a series of other measures that we have put out. Full page ads that give you information. We have social media. We have our website. Please go to these alternate modes of communication before going to the COVID-19 hotline. Same way I felt this morning driving into Port of Spain and taking the route next to the Brian Lara Promenade. And I wept. I really wept when I saw what was taking place at the Brian Lara Promenade this morning at 8:30. A total disregard for the public health measures. It was sad. I pulled aside and I literally, a tear came to my eye. It did. We don't know what else to do to get the man in the street to understand how severe this is, but also how important.
You know, you talk about a bad actor, Brits. I wonder if that man, you know who he does remind me of? You know, it have Fred Flintstone, you know, it have Betty, it have Wilma, it have Barney, and you know Barney had a son? And Barney's son name was, you know what? Bam Bam. Right? That is who he does remind me of, you know. And that is a real TV show, you know. It had Pebbles, the girl was Pebbles, I Flintstone daughter. And Barney's son was Bam Bam. You understand? Because really and truly, I wonder if this man does look at himself or listen to himself. Boy. Play that video with him with the tears thing one more time. Do one with the tears. One more time. I just see that because he should be getting some special award for worst acting or something. Run it.
Same way I felt this morning driving into Port of Spain and taking the route next to the Brian Lara Promenade. And I wept. I really wept when I saw what was taking place at the Brian Lara Promenade this morning at 8:30. A total disregard for the public health measures. It was sad. I pulled aside and I literally, a tear came to my eye. It did. We don't know what else to do to get the man in the street to understand.
Right, enough of he. We give you enough airtime already. We does already see he enough. And then tomorrow night at 8 p.m., I am sorry, but tomorrow at 8 p.m., dog kennel have to clean, right? I promised my wife that I would clean the dog kennel. We have no dog, but the neighbor have 3, and I promised them that I would clean the dog kennel for them, right? Plus, in front of we, it have a piece of road to patch up. Again, a little piece of pitch, and I plan to patch it up because 8 p.m. tomorrow night, I know that many of you would have things to do, like, for example, maybe milk the bull or something, because the Prime Minister is on at 8 p.m. So I could understand many of you would have other things to do, right? Because really and truly, I am not going to sit down and listen to rubbish. I am not. Hard luck. Afterwards, what means that imagine 5 Island open and they're running like normal and beaches closed. I tell you, people in this country really does tolerate dotishness, you know. Let's go again, guys. Right. So, according to D.L. Singh, right, don't invite them for Christmas. But you could invite them for Boxing Day, for Diwali next year, for Old Year's, New Year's. Notice, one of the biggest time for parties is Old Year's night. But you notice here I mentioned nothing about that. You can invite them for Easter, Baptist Liberation Day, Emancipation Day, Eid. So, for all them other days on them, You could invite them, but don't invite them for Christmas, folks. All you heard it right there from the Minister of Health. Let me just welcome our good friends, Powerhouse and Extra Care Products. And I don't have to tell you anything about Extra Care Products because many of you have contacted me and told me thank you for introducing you all to these products. High quality products at competitive prices, and right now it is good to see that other companies digging out all the eye, but this product has kept things very reasonable. So well done, Atlantic Trading, and remember it's available at supermarkets nationwide. All right, so let's go again to the slides again, guys, because I'm sure 100. Now watch this. Tell me if this makes sense. 143 deaths in the first 12 months, right, with COVID. That was before vaccination. 1,900 deaths in 10 months after vaccination. And the unvaccinated is the problem. You understand? Tell me how somebody who watching this could be right in their mind and say that the unvaccinated is the problem. And I continue to say, I'm not no doctor, never proclaimed to be no doctor, never studied medicine, and at the end of the day, I base everything that I say here, common sense and information provided to me and research. All right, so let's go again, guys. The Co-op and Research Chamber of Commerce is calling on the government to expand the number of safe zones as part of its strategy to curb the spread of COVID-19. Chamber President Mukesh Ramsingh made the call at a news conference on Wednesday. He said since the lifting of the state of emergency and the curfew, cases will be rising and have started to rise. Safe zones have been effective in bars and restaurants, according to him. Where is your empirical data? Mr. Mukesh, where is your data? With the information that you have just provided as the president of the chamber, where the hell is the data? You're running your mouth talking and making statements, but there's no facts behind the statement. Absolutely none. Let's go again. Yep, let's go again, guys. Same slide. We would like to ask that the system start off small with banks, groceries. Imagine he wants banks to be a safe zone. Groceries, he wants to be a safe zone. Boy, whatever business you have, I don't care what business you're in, people should boycott your business. Because what you are asking there is vaccine discrimination. Plain talk, plain talk. Because that is madness. We also hope people are encouraged to get vaccinated. Here what happened in Madrid. All the information that you have presented there, you have not provided any statistics, any empirical data to back up what you're saying. So essentially what you have done there, you have put out a release for me to take in the toilet and flush it. Let's go again. Now forget we had enough here. Miami mass promoter Sidney Roberts acknowledged that this country was in its third wave, but said the carnival could still be accomplished with proper planning and promoting. Hey, I tell you, these people is no capital ARSE, you know, boy. At the time of Miami Carnival, the country's 7-day rolling averages were 500. You see, just like how they put out the boxes to take in your ticket when you there in Trinidad, that's what we did, so people could have walked up now with them ticket who were tested and everything, then just go right there and set up where everybody else who wanted to get tested could get tested. And here he's saying, while TNT is promoting a carnival for the vaccinated, Miami Carnival planners also had to cater for unvaccinated participants who were also allowed, but all masqueraders were required to wear masks. Hey, I don't know if I live in some time warp or something where dotish people inheriting the earth or something, but how does it make sense for you to discriminate and everybody going to FET now, vaccinated and unvaccinated, but you have to wear any mask? That come like, again, you'll chuck and I go back and I take a tetanus again? Even though I take tetanus 6 years ago, it's still effective? You telling me that something that made in 2021 expired in a few months? And by the way, how many vaccines have expired by now? Because some of those vaccines, the shelf life is very short. And not only that, what I want to find out, who is storing them and what is the cost of storage at present? Could the minister state that, please? Let's go again, guys. I ain't bothering with this again, you know. This is just rubbish. So don't bother with that. Let's go again. Bodies piling up. Right? Imagine so many people dying. There are people who dying from heart disease, strokes, and etc. But what is interesting is that this is what caught me here. Another woman, a resident of Aruca, said, no, my brother died from a stroke here last Thursday. He got tested when he came in, and he did not have COVID. And both bodies were being kept in the same mortuary. So when they moved that man who did not die from COVID from the morgue that have people who had COVID, what do you think is going to happen? The same people with the gloves handling him and the same people handling the COVID patients. All the family that go on and the body there and crying and hugging up and all that. Because once you die from COVID, the body goes home. So isn't that another way of spreading as well? Oh, shucks, sorry, I'm not a medical professional. I should not even be talking on this. I apologize. Let's go again. No, forget that now. We're done with that because that don't make sense. IMF praises government COVID management. IMF always a bunch of dunce, always stupid, right? The IMF is who we borrow money from. And the IMF will praise us because we are borrowing money like crazy. Because you see, we have leaders in this country too dotish to run the country, and they have to keep borrowing. So the reality of it is that right now, the IMF here happening, I wouldn't be surprised if the IMF state that Trinidad and Tobago have the best crime plan. The IMF will come out and tell you that, and they will say right now, we are the best acting commissioner. Watch it on a legacy. Once we continue to borrow from them, the IMF happy with anybody. Once you could take money from them and they're making the money, you have no worries. Let's go again, guys. Ministry, child labor cases on increase in pandemic. Why do you think this is so? Many parents who are unemployed now have to send out their children because they are not well. They are sending out their children to do work, selling a little thing and that. Look, the other day, my son and I, we were sitting down in our vehicle by Extra Foods there. And in the car park, this young man, and he reminded me of my son. So I call him across and I say, everything okay, partner? He said, yeah, he's just selling some caramel. I said, where's your mom and dad? His father not well, his mother not well. So he is actually selling caramel to make a living so that he could pay for his education. And many children are like this. But we have 110 million to send to Tobago when we could be helping these young people to make something better for themselves. We're going to build a waterfront in Tobago in the middle of a pandemic, and this is the height of stupidity. Right now, I could drink a Rita. Right now, I could drink a basil drink. Or right now, I could mash up a nice cold tamarind. Because really and truly, all this talk raising my pressure. Let's go again, guys. I'll leave that up on the screen. And now tell me, how do you feel as a customer of Berger or Sissons or one of those company, Penta, and you are unvaxxed? Imagine when you purchase 1 gallon of paint, you're getting a free gallon of paint because you're vaccinated. I don't use Berger, I don't use Sissons, and I don't use Penta. To me, them is the worst paint you can buy. I use Sherwin-Williams. And I get good prices too. And I ain't want no free thing because the Chinaman teach me cheap thing no good and good thing no cheap. But this is what you call abject madness. And check the graphics with the needle and the roller and thing now, man. You see? Watch it now, man. That is LBGT. You know, they use similar colors. Yes. Let's go again, guys. Al Jazeera. A recent spike in infections after the relaxation of some restrictions has prompted Singapore to postpone further reopening. The city-state extended... let me just check for one thing while I go through that. You could look at that in the meantime. Something urgent, I just remember. I was supposed to show this last week, and I did not. But I'm going through it now, and I'm going to send it across to Asim so that we could get that across, because I need let me see this. Sorry, coming. Here we go. All right, just bear with me 1 second, guys. Just searching this out. All right, here we go. Nope, wrong. Nope, that's not it. All right, here we go. November 19th. Yes, so
this is a shout out to all my
right, Asim, there was a video that I sent you last week where it showed you the vaccination and the effectiveness of the vaccination, and it was counting down from 99% go down. Check through and get that video for me, because I had sent you that. I'm trying to get it now. Oh yeah. Right, good. I got it now. I'm sending it to you. Right, so what I don't want is that when the music starts, I want you to cut the music in it, because that music is copyrighted and I don't want the video blocked. Right, so immediately as you get the first part with Fauci, I want you to kill the music one time. I don't want the music being played. All right, so I just sent it to you. All right, so could we get back the slide that we had here just now, guys? A recent spike in infections. Right, good. Right, so the video, yeah. You should have the video there now. Right, a recent spike in infections after the relaxation of some restrictions has prompted Singapore to postpone further reopening. The city-state extended its social curbs last week to contain the spread of the COVID-19 for about a month in order to ease the pressure on the healthcare system. More than 80% of Singapore's population has been vaccinated against the virus. And Singapore has controlled the people who are unvaccinated. So all you don't come here in Trinidad with all your dotishness, with all your stupidness, and come and tell we that the unvaccinated need cause. Look at this here in Singapore now. It is as factual as you could get. Let's go again, guys. Next slide. Okay. Just bear with me while okay, that's right. Take a listen to this. This is from Andy Williams' show, The Ground Report. Take a listen to this, summer. As I said before, these are videos that are on the internet, and this was verified, by the way. Take a listen to this.
Defending our democracy.
Nice. Morning caller. Where are you calling from?
Common objective, yes.
Hi, I'm calling from Diego Martin.
Go ahead, Diego Martin.
Yes. I just would like to support Mr. Abdullah. I have been on many marches with him. I have protested. Our family has been against the vaccine. One of my daughters, I'm the lady that he's talking about. One of my daughters got advice from her doctor. She was nearly 5 months pregnant. And on Tuesday, she went and took the vaccine. And by Thursday, he told her that he had 2 patients in the ICU who are pregnant and have COVID. He scared her. She went and she took the vaccine on Tuesday, the Pfizer. On Thursday morning, she started to bleed heavily. She hemorrhaged. The doctor had no explanation for it. The baby was still alive. Her water bath burst the next day or two, and she gave a very traumatic birth to that baby in her home, surrounded by all her family. And it was a little baby girl, and we were able to baptize that baby and bury her. And this happened this week. And our family will never be the same. And I am urging everybody, do not listen to your doctors. They are all lying. This is the most traumatic thing my family has been through. And we have been alienated and from the beginning because we did not want to take the vaccine. I have 9 children. We have a business. 2 of my daughters agreed to take the vaccine so that we could open our business. They are not even married yet. And they have that vaccine, and I am very upset. But I just want to support Mr. Abdullah and to tell everybody, you think it's not going to happen to you, right? You think it's going to happen to everybody else until it hits you. And you see the pain that it causes. It is all a scandal, and it's just to get rid of people in the population. And we are just standing up to tell you that this is real. Please, please listen to your heart and the truth. The vaccination kills. And that's all I have to say.
These are actual people that made statements on radio, on media houses, and the fact is that it is happening so often now that you cannot hide it anymore. You really cannot hide it anymore, because more and more people are becoming concerned. More and more professionals, doctors, nurses. In fact, I spoke to a doctor yesterday, and he has actually put on pause his second vaccination. He said he's not taking it. His family did not take it, and these are healthcare professionals now deciding that no, they're not going down that road. Why? Asim, do we have that video that I sent? You ready? Right? I want you to watch this. This is the actual news and reports on the efficacy of the Pfizer and somewhat other vaccines. These are reports that came out when it started. Take a look and tell me if we're not living in a time warp.
And now we have two vaccines that are really quite effective, highly effective, virtually 100% efficacious.
Protective, highly effective, highly effective. All these were news reports. Highly effective, highly effective, highly effective, 100% effective, 100% effective, 100% effective. All these news reports, watch it. It's telling you when it come out, 100% effective. Then about a month or two afterwards, all you take a look and you will see, watch, it gone down to 99%, 97%, 96.7, 96.6, 95, 94, 93%, 92%, 91. And watch how it started to go down. And this is the efficacy of the vaccine. And this is actual reports on worldwide media. This is not something that we put up. And watch how it started to drop 76%, 74%. And you will see where it end up. And this is what I keep telling people. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, you know. And this is what is happening. The same thing that started off at 100, gone down to 50%, gone down to 47%, gone down to 42%, 40%, 33%, 20%. And look where they come with now. When efficacy went down to 20%, they say you need a booster now. All you open your eyes and see for yourself. Take a look at this. When you go to the hospital, this is what you have to use to keep your leg up. You know, normally they would have the piece in the chair to raise up. You have to use your crutch. Sit down on your crutch. Right? Sit down on your crutch to keep your leg up. This is to tell you where we are. But again, people going to vote for this. Tobagonians going to the polls and vote for this. Tobagonians going to vote for high prices. Tobagonians going to vote on race. Tobagonians going to vote to get kicked again in the tail. All you have a choice this time, a choice to stand up and say, no, we're not taking that kick and cough anymore. What we're going to do, we're going to open up our phone lines. And of course, let's welcome Miran Parboiled Rice. And remember, Miran have everything to make your pilau and more. They have one of the best condensed milk. In fact, I tried it and I make a peanut punch. Boy, let me tell you something. Amazing condensed milk. Comes in a nice big can. For those of you who do like punches and things, contact Miran, 744-5555 and try their condensed milk. The best condensed milk you will ever try. All right, so those are the phone numbers on the screen. Remember to keep it very brief, please. Very, very, very brief, because we have run out of time already. And remember, no curfew in effect, Caliph. No rushing to go home and like last week, right? Patos, sit down on top of Patos. With the cowboy boots, you just sit down and Jawad. Well, all right, okay. Let's go to our lines again. Hello?
Inshallah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
If you give me any less airtime than what you give to Terence Dial Singh, I will feel you discriminate against me.
All right, go ahead. Good
Equal
point.
Opportunities Tribunal.
Yes.
People don't feel shame in this country and resign and things, right?
Imagine that, eh? Imagine that.
So we could call for can some organization call for the resignation of this tribunal? Can we do that?
Well, I think
that democracy.
I think that woman, and I stand corrected, is also a judge. I think the woman who was the chair, and I stand corrected, I think she is also a judge. So therefore, it raises several questions. So we are waiting to see what will happen, because I think we as the public should call for her removal forthwith, and everyone else.
Yes, the resignation immediately. Now, the politics now. You know, in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a two-party state. It has no room for a third party. And one is the frying pan and one is the fire. So we're in a mess as far as where leadership is concerned in this country. Now, you're aware now, you might be aware now, there's the same situation arising in Tobago. Pot and fire. Mm-hmm. So what the average person will do? You have no choices really, but just not to vote.
Yeah, but the thing is
I'm sorry to say, we have the worst in both places, and we have the worst in the opposition, and we have the worst in Tobago who want to come into.
No, I agree with you, but the thing is
that sad state.
What I want is an NAR scenario in Tobago, where Tobago's people say, boy, we so fed up with the PNM, we got to send them a message.
Yeah, but in Chan, people they want, when I say they want it, people make up one way, you know, in Trinidad, they make up PNM and UNC, you know. And the same mentality they all have. UNC till I die, PNM till I die. And like I say, is fire to frying pan.
No.
I lost confidence in Rowley a long time now, you know. But I can't do nothing about it. And I'm a citizen of this country, just like he. That he could lose confidence in the police commissioner and use his personal feeling against the former commissioner of police.
Yeah, well, one is that Rowley losing confidence, I could tell Rowley, go to hell, because Rowley tell me that in email.
No, sorry to say, Rowley is going to stay in office forever so long as Kamala is the leader of the opposition.
Brother man, you preach it. Brother man, you preach it.
Proceed with a little dignity and ride off in the sunset now.
And if they put Rudal...
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Walisa, and if they put Rudal, it remains the same too. Because Rudal and Kamala is ring and finger. It have nobody... You keeping men like Inder Singh. I tell you, every time I hear Inder Singh start a talk, I just switch off whatever. Even if I cannot control where I am hearing him, I go walk away. If I on a plane and that man coming on the video, I go walk out. That will tell you how bad it is. Let's go to our lines again. Hello?
Yes, good night.
Good night, my friend.
I just have a question and a concern. This conference that's coming up tomorrow at 8 with the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. If it is that he decides to go with this mandatory vaccination, what are we going to do to stand up against it? Because I am, for one, will not support that.
Well, I am not supporting it either. So, partner, here what happening?
If he decides to go down that road, what ramifications could we do to reverse that?
We the people shall come together. We the people.
I'm worried about that. Eh?
No, let me tell you something. Rowley ain't that dotish to go and do that.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Right? He ain't that dotish. Right? He ain't that dotish. He uncouth, he erratic, he have no behavior, he wajang, but he ain't that dotish. Let's go to our lines again. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Tobago.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want a system in Trinidad and Tobago where when you vote, you have a choice. Even though you're voting who you're voting and they're not performing, you have a choice to do something after. Because when you vote them in, they do what they want and you have no say.
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. So you need to make a decision as to who you're voting for, because at the end of the day, for the last few decades, all they get kick and cough from the PNM and are wear red for spite to torture the PNM tonight. The Prime Minister, well, it's Wednesday night, he's sitting watching the program. Let me say hello to he and his wife. And you know, boy, that woman, if you know her, she's sorry for that woman, boy, oh God. Let's go to our lines. Hello.
Yes, Insurance. Pleasant night.
Good night, sir.
Right. I just want to go back to the slide where you spoke about the percentage of the not fully vaccinated in the parallel healthcare system.
Mm-hmm.
Two things I want to note. One, remember I used to say unvaccinated before, eh?
Yes.
That's the first thing. I think
Could we get that slide, guys?
So now, they lump everybody together now and they're saying not fully vaccinated. So 0 jab, 1 jab, 2 jab, and 2 weeks in pass. All of them in one group now.
Yeah, but Kola, I want you to understand something. There's a clear distinction between unvaccinated and what they are saying, eh? Because what happened is that notice they did not put an area where people were unvaccinated, which is a clear definition.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And on top of that, sorry, look at you, on top of that, the percentage, they start off with 98, 98, 98. It's just going down day by day, every update. They stop updating it, you know. The last one, the 92.3, was quite November 3rd. They now come with November 10th, if you watch the date.
Yeah.
November 10th, now it's going down to 90. So you know when they reach it, what today is the 23rd?
Yeah.
By the time they reach the 23rd, it might be 70% of the Ishmael. Watch and see.
No, for New Year's, it's going to be about 3%.
Watch and see.
I would know.
Darkness must come to light.
Thank you very much, my friend. All the best. And I'm glad that we are on the same side, because what's happening, the school I went to, right? I had some of the best teachers, Tanapuna Government Sec, and you know one thing I love about that school? That school had a fantastic mix of races, Africans and Indians, and there was not one incident of racial intolerance. Not one incident I could remember of racial intolerance. That is what you call living together. These days, boy, in a school where you have 1 African and 99 Indian, or you have 99 Indian and 1 African, you know what happening? That one person, all you're creating a problem for. Right? It shouldn't be so. It cannot be so. Let's go again. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good night, Inshun.
Good night, my dear.
Yes. I listened to you tonight about the COVID and the people who fell victim to it. But I said, they didn't listen to you. They didn't listen to you because you were talking about ivermectin, and I think you had a doctor on the set or something.
Yeah, we had shown 1 or 2 doctors. Yeah.
Right. So maybe they should have been taking ivermectin, because I keep hearing some medical people, some doctors talking about, and the government don't want people to know about ivermectin. So sad all who died. At least my colleague from the health center down here who died, maybe she should have listened to you and take ivermectin, because this ivermectin talk he bandied about, and people ain't listening, they thinking. So I don't know, that them doctors, they're not effective, because if they're talking about ivermectin and they're taking it and people dying, so ivermectin seemed like must be the way to go based on what the doctors you had on the program. And last week you had a guy, I think he was your last caller, he was talking about Gary Griffith. Mm-hmm. I want to tell that gentleman, if he's listening, I agree with what you said 150%. Everything. And you was talking him down and bringing in personalities. The man was talking facts and you was bringing in personalities. So I agree with you, because Gary Griffith, as Commissioner of Police, we saw so many double and triple murders. So it had nothing to do with the man ain't get no license and he ain't get no gun.
Hold on.
He ain't get something. The man was taking facts.
I want to have a discussion here, because what happened is that at the end of the day, I have no problems agreeing with you. But what I want you to understand is that under Commissioner Griffith, we saw a marked decrease in crime.
Oh, really? Wow! All them double and triple murders, 5 people get killed in Karapa. Really? Well, then they need to bring back Gary. Bring back Gary. No, man, that is madness. But anyway, the thing is, we will see how this thing will go. I want to give McDonald Jacob all the support.
Hey, watchman, hold on a second now. Right? You listening?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am telling you.
I'm not talking down like how you was doing the man last week.
Could you, let me just remind you, this is my program.
Yes, go ahead, as the guy said.
I'm giving you an opportunity. Now, what I stated was empirical data that the police service quoted. Not in Sean Ishmael. So what you're talking there is unfortunately Gobar. You understand? What you are stating there is absolutely false because the TTPS showed a marked decrease. There were no kidnappings.
Oh, so kidnappings gone on the rise. Wow. Well, all I will say, bring back Gary. And let me stop all the killing.
15,
all the bandits will
murders,
run up in the hills.
15
and
murders.
Trinidad will be back to how we knew it
this
before.
Woman had to be cocky deaf.
That's all.
Hey,
Bring back Gary.
You tell me when Gary was there, if 15 murders took place in 24 hours.
Look, Sean, you like to call people donkey, but between you and Ian Allen, the Botolia is the two biggest dons. Have a good night.
No, but the thing is that at least we could afford to buy with food. You understand? This is what I tell you. You know why they will protect Gary? Because many of these people who talk have families Gary was affecting. Many of these people who right now burning because we calling for Gary back is because some of them had families who Gary was poking and prodding. So all you sit down right there, relax all yourself, and use all your special makeup manufactured by Harry Crete, and relax all yourself. Let's go again. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
And I never said the woman was a donkey. She's a gadaha, but not a donkey. You understand? There we go. Hello? Or Yayan?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please. You're live.
Yeah, good night, Chen.
Good night.
Right. We was talking about the politics and voting and PNM and UNC, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the only thing to solve this problem in this country is one man, one vote. Anytime we continue down this road where the PNM have all these seats down in the east and UNC have all these seats down past the Caroni Bridge, this country could never fix.
Correct.
Once we go back to get the constitution changed, one man, one vote, when that man win the election and he chooses his team, he don't know who voting for him and how they vote for him. So he has to fix the whole country, Trinidad and Tobago, and that is the only thing to fix this country. Not until that happens, this country could go forward.
Yeah, but Kola, you are absolutely right. But you know what the problem is? When you have the PNM gerrymandering areas in Tobago to their advantage, when you have them doing 700 apartments in St. Joseph to make sure that they keep the St. Joseph seat, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that they want to go and go into legislation and make changes to not benefit them? Of course not. They wouldn't want to do that.
This is what I'm saying. Whichever government getting, whenever they're getting,
I agree.
They have to be strong enough to change the constitution so that will fix PNM with to win the election in Tobago because of what they did. And that is going to remain the same way. The other party will get 7 seats and PNM will get the other seats.
Exactly.
And they will go back in the Tobago House of Assembly and do things as they are accustomed to. That is the only time that this country could fix when it reaches that.
Well said, Kola. Thank you very much. Let's go. In fact, 2 final calls. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Inchan?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I just called to say I agree with you, man. Gary had no dent on crime. 2019 was the second highest murders. Okay? The figures are there to show. Gary fought crime with his boat and on social media. Gary was a waste of time. Time for Gary to go.
Time for Gary to go? Gary not there. You looking like you get voted on the Angostura board too? And it looking like you're trying to test out the substance? What it is that people favor Gary so? What it is? That's what I'm saying. Gary's a no-nonsense person. And you see the drug lords, the gun mules, all these people will have a serious problem with Gary. The lawbreakers will have a problem with Gary. At the end of the day, People like myself who are legitimate businessmen, we don't have a problem because we have nothing to hide, nothing to worry about. Final call. Let's go. Hello.
Inshan, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
I called a friend yesterday in Digo Martin. A good friend went to school with me. And we started talking, asked her how she going, and what she started to tell me, she okay. She said, and how are you? I said, well, I am okay. Did you take the vaccine? I said, no. She said, that is why everybody getting the COVID, everybody getting the virus because of you all who is unvaccinated. I said, I am sorry. I don't want to die by vaccine. I want to die naturally. I say, and anyway, I still love you. And I hung up the phone.
Yet she to go and get a little education or something.
She went to the same school with me.
Yeah, but looking like she went outside the school.
She was going to the back of the school.
I don't know. She looking like she was outside on the wall or something, because that is the most asinine and stupid statement that I ever hear people.
I tell you.
I am amazed that people are so illiterate in this country. And
I always, every minute of the day, I tell people that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Remember, I sent you something today. Did you read it?
The amount of things people send me today, I have about 100 WhatsApp messages still unread right now. All right, but thank you so much. I have to run now. What is that? And I want to make it clear, and I've said it before. There are people making recommendations when medicine and these things are concerned. I am not a healthcare provider. I am not a doctor. I am not a professional. At the end of the day, just like everybody else, we do research, and one is that we base it on the recommendations on these videos that are from reputable people. There are certain things, for example, I did a poll recently of people who took ivermectin, and did it work? 99.9% of the people said that yes, they used it and it worked. And that is factual information because I did the poll myself. So what can I tell you? So anyway, friends, have a good one. And I just hope and pray that Gary come back and be commissioner, just so that some of these people on them could grind on low, because it looked like it burning them from now. So here what's happening. I will pray for that to happen. Anyway, folks, have a safe one. Bigger than remember, you can catch me down at Baraka Grounds, Brilliant, Friday and Saturday. We have dining, but outdoor dining. Remember to keep your mask on if you're not dining. And remember to try and keep your family safe. If there are areas that you do not need to go, do not go. And tomorrow night, remember, you don't have to tune in, because about 2 hours after, you will find out what was the rubbish that was said on air tomorrow night. All right, so take care. God bless you. And I'll catch you next week for Breaking Barriers. There's a repeat of this program at 8 p.m. on Saturday. Take care. Assalamu alaikum and good evening.